G'day, that's Slot Car Guy here, and welcome back to another slot car review. It's BRM's turn. It's Camaro Z28 Black Edition. Yes, I'm wearing Garage 79's beautiful t-shirt, the VW bus. Let's get stuck into it. Full teardown, full unboxing, full hot lap. I'm excited. I'm blown away. Let's get stuck into it. So welcome back to another delivery unboxing, and it is BRM's turn with the Camaro Z28 Black Edition. And as I said in the unboxing review, the previous video, I'm truly blown away by what is in this. Also, a massive thank you to Garage 79 for sending me the t-shirt, and I did say I was going to wear it, and it's good quality. Lovely t-shirt. I love cars. The VW bus is a great way to show the company off. So thank you guys. We'll be wearing this proudly in my videos. Now, what do you get when you receive this? If you don't know who BRM is, please Google them. They are from Italy. They make 1/24th scale cars, and they're also affiliated with Revo. I did a Revo review not long ago, the Supra, and their components are inside that car, the DNA. Exactly what you're going to see here on a bigger scale. So if you know quality, well, you know BRM. So let's take the sleeve off. What do you get when you purchase it? I actually like this sleeve. It reminds me of a high quality die-cast car unboxing. And there you go, that's the Camaro Black Edition. It might be a bit too dark to see. And on the other side, we've got the BRM branding. Really cool, that holds the box together. The box itself, as always, I love doing a box tour. It's in like a carbon fiber finish. Obviously it's cardboard, but it's got that carbon fiber weave. And love the big white slot car at the front. It's almost like a shoebox. Around to the side, both sides are the same. Slot car 1/24 scale. Keep in mind, everything on this is big. Big, big, big. And they might have given me the 1/24 bug. Then on top, we've got the BRM logo in big writing. Love that. Love it, love it, love it. Now, as I said, this is 1/24. My mind's blown. I hope your mind's going to be blown. So let's zoom in. Let's see what we get in the box. Full teardown of the car, and yes, I'm going to put it on the track. It's going to be the first 1/24 scale car I've had around my track, so I might need to start a new board. We'll jot down the times, but I will get a new board going shortly. So let's zoom in and let's unbox this beautiful BRM Z28 Camaro. Alrighty, so let's take a look at what is inside this box, and there it is. What an absolute stunning slot car, and again, this is 1/24th scale. Now, I'll take the protective cover. This doesn't really do much other than make sure the car doesn't get damaged, which, you know what, I need that. So let's take that off and take a look at that. It might be a bit tricky to see on camera. It is matte black with some very, very nice yellow touches on the body itself. But we'll have a quick look at the body while it's sitting on its base plate. I have removed the screws from the chassis and the shell because we will do a full teardown. So let's just take that off for now. And let's talk about what comes inside the box, because I think there's some important things in here. I'll move that out of the way and let's go through it one by one. Now, of course, I'm a sticker man. I love my stickers, and there's a beautiful BRM sticker. Will I use that? Probably won't. I like keeping my collection complete, but I will be driving the car, that's for sure. These lovely, 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 lovely yellow rim inserts, or rims, let's just call them rims, that's what they are, but they're going to insert inside the tyre. I like how we've got the black and we've got the yellow, so we can set this up in two different ways. Really cool touch. You don't really see this much added options that come in the box itself, so really cool. That's going to make the yellow on the car pop. What else is in here? Again, some more little add-ons. We've got some silver. I'll try and zoom in as much as I can, but some silver, I might not pick it up. Some yellow side mirrors, they just pop into place, and I don't know if you can get, there's a bit of a reflection in there. That's some silver bonnet pins with a little bit of wire hanging off them, just to finish off the car itself. Will I use those? Probably not, because I will be using this car on my track. The most important thing that comes in this box is this little handout. BRM, Revo, they do the same thing. Obviously BRM and Revo, I mean BRM is Revo's DNA. I like how it's got the liveries of the cars that you can choose, and also our big sucker down here, which is the BRM 120, comes in a twin pack as well, which is limited. So let's see if I can zoom in on that just a fraction, but I like this. And the reason I like this, let's flip it over. There's our chassis and there's our parts, and there might be a bit of glare, sorry guys. There's our parts and pieces that are screwed onto our chassis with part numbers. Really cool. Tells you what tooth gearing you're running, your pinion and your spur gear. Really, really good information. Around to the back, and there's a bit of a shopping list of, I think it's optional spare and tyres, and then also a couple other kits you can buy. Really cool. I like that every car maker should have some kind of information in there so you can make a follow-up on the vehicle itself if you don't need something. Now, the actual box itself, I'm a stickler for box art. Love that back picture, and I think it says Class of 69 Black Edition. Really cool touch. Love it. Love the box art. When you're not racing, the good thing is this thing can be put on display. So let's bring the star of the show into view. I'll use my Horel RS slot car track. And there it is on its base. I'm going to turn it around so we can actually see it without the little flick. But let's go around this together. Let's go passenger side first. Beautiful, absolutely stunning matte black finish. This paint job is next level. Side of the car, it's very plain. I like this. It's no race livery here. It's literally, I'm guessing, let's call it a standard livery. You can buy this car, I guess, with this coloring. Round to the front, love that front nose. Beautiful bit of yellow work there. The yellow covers on the lights. You got the Camaro riding on top. I'm going to see if I can get a bit closer for you. Really, really good touch of detail there. Nice little front, let's say front splitter or a bit of aero there. Round, so let's have a look at the bonnet because it's got a slight raise on the bonnet. I do like that. Yes, it's matte black. I'm trying to get some lines to show you guys off. Matte black windscreen wipers, but that yellow really pops. And you can imagine when you change these beautiful black rim inserts, when you put the yellow in, that's going to look really incredible. Talking about the rims, we've got some Goodyear Eagle tires. Again, really great touch, that American muscle feel. Now, who's a lucky driver? Let's have a look at him. Nice big yellow helmet. He is a 124 scale, and I'm looking in there and he appears to be complete. I can't see his boots, but he looks like he's going to be complete. But he's got a harness on, he's got yellow gloves on, and also if you could see just in there, there's a yellow gear knob. Really, really cool. And there's a fire extinguisher on the passenger seat. Love that. Again, 124, everything is bigger, so you get a bit more detail. You can actually enjoy the car a little bit more. Around to the back. Around to the boot, I love this rear boot flick. It's got the Camaro riding again in black above the yellow. Really, really nice touch. And I think that's either silver. I'm guessing it's silver around the tail lights. It's hard to see from here. I'm going to say silver. And then it appears to be a silver fuel filler as well. Really, really cool. And obviously through that back window, look at that roll cage. But while we're looking at the back, look at the pumped guards. They've done an absolute incredible job. And I do keep referencing this as a model. It is very much a model-like slot car. Let's have a look at the rear spoiler as well on the front side, and there's a bit of Camaro riding again. So an absolute stunning looking car. I'm seriously impressed on the finish, and again, being 124, there's probably more that you could see, so more that can go wrong, but they've done an absolute stellar job. So let's take the chassis off, let's have a look at what makes this thing go, and then we're going to give this thing a run around my track. So before we dive into the full teardown, a look at the chassis and the inside of the shell itself. I thought I'd bring two cars into contention here. We've got the 132 by Carrera and obviously BRM's beautiful 124 Camaro. Now let's do a weight comparison, and then I'll do a visual on a piece of track. So what's the 132 scale car weight? This is in grams, and we're looking at 107 to 108 grams. It's fluctuating between the two. So 108 grams for the 132 scale car, which let's face it, that's a pretty normal car. Now the 124, let's have a look how much we are on this. We're looking at 188 grams. So we're looking at 80 grams difference between the 124 and the 132, which you know what, I'm actually surprised. It actually doesn't seem that heavy. Now, is that heavy? Let me know in the comments. And also let's do a visual test. The Horel RS slot car track, let's put that down. A beautiful bit of kit. And there we go on a bit of track. You can actually see the difference in the size. Now I'm a visual person. We've done the weight, now we're looking at the size comparison. So really, really cool. Let's remove the 132. Let's also remove the chassis for now, and let's have a quick look at the shell again, because I want to show the inside of what's happening in this shell. Now, I was actually surprised that there's so much room front and rear of this chassis, and it is very light. So should we do let's do a weight test on the shell itself, because it feels really light. So the shell is 53 grams. Now again, is that heavy or light? I don't know, but I tell you what, in my hands, it feels very, very light. So there she is, upside down. We've got no active light, so you can put your own lights in there, plenty of room. This is what I'm finding about the 124. I think I'm very interested in it because there's so much room. And we've got a very small cockpit section, which I'm surprised. Really cool. So that's the inside of the shell. Let's bring out the star of the show. This is the chassis. Now, again, I'll do a quick weight of it on its own. Whoop. It's zeroed out. And the chassis is 138 grams sitting in factory form. Nothing else is added to it. That's how I got out of the box. 138 for a 124 scale chassis. Now let's put it back on the track. Now I did do a Revo review not so long ago, and this is going to look very familiar because the DNA in a Revo is BRM. BRM puts the components in. So let's talk through this together, and I'll get my little handy book out because that's going to tell us what stuff we've got inside. Now again, it's a two-piece chassis. Let's flip upside down. The center part of the chassis is floating, so you can adjust that by all these adjustment screws. And again, very much like the Revo, but in a bigger scale. We've got an angle winder motor. What I love about this Revo and BRM, they're stamping their motors. It's a T-RS Evo, and it's a 25,000 RPM motor. I think this is going to boogie. So again, two-piece aluminium chassis with some adjustable screws. Let's take a quick look at the guide before we move on any further. It is quite a large guide. Yes, it's a big car, but I think you Scalextric racers out there, this might be okay on your track because it's a very narrow in width guide. So yes, it's long and it's quite deep, but it's very narrow. So I think that will fit in the Scalextric slot very, very well. Carrera, we're not going to have an issue. Flip it upside down. A lot of anodized red aluminium again. Aluminium hubs front and rear, which are adjustable by some little grub screws, Allen key style. But a beautiful looking kit. I believe it is. Yep, we've got ball bearing, not ball bearing, a bearing front and rear axles. So again, quality stuff by BRM. But look at that. I'm enjoying 124 because I'm seeing how much room there is to play with this stuff. It is actually feeling quite epic in my hand. And of course, negative and positive, some decent wires, a very clean chassis. But again, this is a setup dream. If you're a racer, you've got so much setup here. And of course, my Revo did have a magnet. It had a stick-on magnet, which I didn't have in the box at the time. I didn't locate one in here. So my Revo had a stick-on magnet, but there wasn't one in this kit. So I don't believe it was part of the kit. So there we go, very beautiful looking car. Love the rims. The tires are treaded. I'm not too sure how well these tires are gonna run. But let's talk about the pinion and spur gear, and let me have a quick look at the book. The nylon spur gear is a 38 tooth, and the brass pinion is 11 tooth. So if you do have a chart, please add it onto my comments, but you'll be able to work out your ratios there. Very beautiful piece of kit. I'm actually very excited to get this around my track, and I'm kind of converted to 124 because after holding this, they are quite epic. They're a little bit intimidating, but you know what? I think this is quite cool compared to, I love 132, but there is a definite difference when you touch on these things. So enough talking from me. Oh, before I move on to that, how did I take the chassis and the shell apart? Exactly the same as the Revos. The little notch out 4 sections on each side of the chassis. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 locators, and that's what puts the shell and the chassis together. So if you have a Revo, you'll be very familiar with this layout. So let's do a hot lap. I'm excited. I don't have a board for 124, but let's see what I can get this thing doing around my track.
One 14.72 seconds. Lap 2, 13.33 seconds. .55 seconds. Final lap motion 1. Lap 4, 13.66 seconds.
So how did BRM's 1/24 scale Camaro Z28 Black Edition perform around my track? To be honest, I'm a little bit shocked because I did a 13:33 consistently in the 13s. So the fastest lap I got was a 13:33. It's 1/24 scale. It's stock from box to track, no setup, no tires. I'm truly blown away, and I'm an amateur when it comes to 124. So someone out there who's had these in their hands would definitely go faster than me. So I can't wait to spend some more time setting this up and racing it. And I also can't wait to try the BMW 2002, which is next, because it's a little bit shorter. So I think I'm gonna have a little bit more fun and confidence with that. So would I recommend BRM? And this is a two-part recommendation. BRM, definitely, the quality's there. I'm blown away. It looks like a car model. The chassis is incredible. There's a lot of options for it. It's set up, and the box itself is really, really good. All the stuff you need is in there. Do I recommend 124 scale? Prior to doing this, I was a little bit nervous. They are big. They're intimidating compared to 132. I think I'm converted. I love my 132. Are we getting more 124 scale cars? That was seriously fun, and I would love to see this flying around a wood-routed track with 4 or 5 wide, and also my Carrera track. It takes 124 scale cars, which I'm very lucky. If you've got a smaller track, you might have a different experience, so let me know. But from what I've had, I highly recommend it. Had a blast. BRM, thank you very much. This is an honest review. Yes, they sent them to me, but I can't fault the car. Probably the driver, not the car. So thank you very much, BRM. Thank you, Lehman Hobbies, for sending him to me. He's the Aussie distributor for BRM. So if you're buying these in Australia, he's the reason why you're getting them. So thank you, mate, for getting them to me. Also, Garage 79, love the t-shirt. Please support him. Really nice t-shirt. Thank you guys very much. Again, at that slot car guy on Instagram. Please check me out on there. Next up will be the BMW Jägermeister 2002, and I cannot wait because I think it's going to be an absolute ripper. So cheers, everyone. Take care. Ciao.